So you must be the one who got me out of the red with the Trade Authority. Can't say I don't appreciate it. I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor. Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by what? Tissue sample? You came all... Must be some damn important cells. A fast-growing terramorph. Who exactly told you to bring... Hadrian. If she made you come all the way for this... Let's get inside. I need...
Gonna ask you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests. Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of the dead. Can't say I'm thrilled the Trade Authority got their mitts on the research, but I guess that's the price you pay not to live in a cave the rest of your days. All queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we? All right, just get those cellular markers tagged. Wait, where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very... Can't just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst terramorph attack. I presume you've heard of Londinian. It was a city wiped completely off the map by terror. The swarms are so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off from the galaxy. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack, but the ones that did, well, they look... I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever sat on a ship while it was alive. I don't think it was transported to Tal Ceti. This specimen, it grew there. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human-terramorph relations, where a big, sudden Londinian-style attack, that's not gonna end well for you. So, you lug this bad omen all the way here. You want... The circle, huh? Here, faster if we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to just...
deluxe condos aren't anything special.
Is that really her? Adrian.
Percival. My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say...
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back. Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down.
Makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately... Well, that's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got...
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's gonna take to access our old...
Good place to start. What?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archive? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the Cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. One, they want to see this analysis you two have... And two, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti, with both of us. Well, that's about the best news I've had all day. But before you... Percival and I, we were military scientists. Ran a division of the UC together.
Place I was hiding out.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually... A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. Oh. Well... But it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore deploying terramorphs on the battlefield. The project never got off the ground, but under the watchful eye of monitors. But if we can convince the Cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher and hopefully how to prevent more... All right. I'm gonna go get this work up into the Cabinet's hands. I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlanta.
Good luck.
It is your civic duty to report any unauthorized mining to Sidonians. It is your civic duty to report any unauthorized mining to Sidonian security.
Captain! Over here. The workup's in the Cabinet's hands. They said they'll call... But listen, So, in the interest, my relationship with the UC, it's more complicated than it might seem. I am a clone of a man named Francois. They called him Ve Victus. Woe to the program I was a part of. Secure the leadership of the UC. I'm getting there. The man I was cloning, Freestar Collective, and the things. So my involvement, it could... I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought, you know, while we've got a second, was there anything else? Or if you've got any last-minute business, no telling how long. Then I guess it's just...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
Working at the distribution center can be tiring.
Welcome to UC Distribution.
Sure is rewarding.
Yes. Back to it then.
Service with a smile.
Welcome to UC
That's
Distribution.
the way.
Yes. Right. Come back if you need. Welcome to UC Distribution. I hope we have. You're always welcome back, if you don't mind a bit of a wait.
I've met so many interesting people from working at the distribution center.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what can I do for you? Got anything you need to offload? Okay, no problem.
Congratulations on joining me.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her...
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here. So now, we have two petitioners here making access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data. Current, a request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three armistice signatories. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have... Perhaps you could summarize for the cabinet what it...
That's quite the leap, Captain. Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, terramorph attacks they've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no...
Let's keep this civil. And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to... I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terrible...
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. But if there's another attack...
Yes, a fine. So then, Captain, Given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you?
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can... What was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Look.
You! CEM rifle, grab it! Now!
Stop! We're trying to help you!
Please! I can't stop!
That's it. Now hit him with everything you've got. Lights out on that one.
Thank you.
The way those people were acting. I've seen this before.
We tried to, but some of the other...
Pheromonic projection. Some terramorphs, it affects everyone. You kill the morph, let's do it.
That's unlocked.
Time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
Spaceport district. All citizens are required
thoughts. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can. I don't want to think what would have happened if you...
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report... Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Nothing's getting to the captain.
That's a relief to hear. Captain? Hadrian? It would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. Your concerns about the terror...
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. I only wish... Now, today, you will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to... As such, the cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your... As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the cabinet wants you, Captain. We do. In exchange. So, I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper... Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United States...
They're not killing anyone.
I'm gonna go check in.
Engineer Kulkarni.
There are so many different groups across the settled systems, it's hard to keep up with all the work they're doing.
You've seen these orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. I heard you... I was also... Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office. We're going to do everything, and that means... Access to the archives is... UC. Now, the UC... Get them both, and you'll have your data. Very funny. This is going to be... Both ambassadors have reasons they won't or can't. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to... And I do mean cooperate. Threats? Though that doesn't mean we can. But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun? Ambassador Balmore's... When the rest of House Varun retreated into... He's since lent his support to a small number of though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to... It does. We're not 100% sure. His public appearances were always rare. But it's been several years now since... Scans of the facility show life signs. Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duty. I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you out. Here. This device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, find it. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch it. Captain, would you like to... Now, use your experience, and who knows? But my suspicion... Certainly. See, good diplomacy's all... UC intelligence has a but getting caught trespassing is a quick way to... So, if you are going to try and access the device... Now, we recovered some intel we believe... But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options. Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
Yes?
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
not.
Let me take a look at your file.
I miss our bodies so much.
You are a visitor? You'll find the ambassador.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or conference room.
Terramorphs? As in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here? I'm sorry. Do you have an... Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved... Now, she also mentioned that now the UC wants Terramorph data from the Armistice archives. Some of the most highly guarded information in the game. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to feudally... Excuse me. A less level-headed person might think that was a threat. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, what? You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One to convince... I'm listening. Oh, please. Buttering me up. I don't care if you're the God Emperor. I suppose you're right. Our job and our... Well, Captain, you make some good points. But if I'm really granting you access, your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these Terramorphs. You go in once. You get everything you need on your trip, and all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy, Freestar scientists will watch your peak. So, do we have an agreement? Excellent. They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Code generator's just this way.
Sounds like it was a real mess down at the spaceport.
punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss. Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you... I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. Tell me, though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an... Has the rest of the city suffered? Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than... Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just... And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at this... A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerlead... Ah... So the UC requires information, then. On terror morphs, presumably. The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the Archives, using its data to prevent more attacks. But if I am to grant you it... For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun... The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be... Well then, please, follow. Let's hope it still works. There. Let it be used for good.
keeping the skies safe out there?
Not sure if those Faroon zealots live in space or got separated.
Captain, you're back. Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? So the old man was still lurking around in there. And now, I've already arranged everything with the Ark. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the code. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from absolute best behavior down there.
Yes? You needed something?
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin.
Here on Vanguard business?
There you are.
Captain, Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. And figure out. So whenever you're ready. Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already had... Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting...
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me. It won't take long. All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a... Good. This isn't the only item we need. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, through service, bravery... Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies. Here, your official ID and your citizen...
We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to
Now, the other item we needed to... There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a...
Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information, and they've stated they'll only share it with you.
So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell... Let's hope it never comes to... Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
Yes? What?
Logging authorized entry. Unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor.
Welcome, Captain. Please, come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat. President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows, which is why I hoped we could speak. I'm Francois Sanon, but most know me as... I was an admiral during the Colony War, but the previous regime deemed me to a sacrifice on the... Even my death served the colonies. Captain, please. Which, right now, means finding a way to protect the United Colonies and beyond from additional... An effort you and my progeny, Hadrian, have already made impressive progress on. Though I am curious, has she shared with you the nature of our... Did she? So, our relationship has always... The Major was born to become a great... But the universe... And I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do. After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with. There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. If it dealt death, he could make it. When the Colony War ended, but I'm not expecting. Bring me evidence that the job's done. You can certainly try, but the man's been out there 20 years. It's easier for all if you simply blow up his ship. Speak to Deputy McIntyre. I'm sure she'd be happy to hear that someone might be tying up this loose. Though I would ask you, do not make the mistake.
that's what you required. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria. Wolf System. There is a star station in the vicinity. The Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Marquez.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
Hey, no funny stuff with that booth. alone.
Looking to lodge a complaint? Then you want use... Oh, apologies, Captain. So... Orlaise. Doesn't ring a bell. Suit yourself. Well, I can tell you there's no... But... There has been a rumor about a ship floating out. They call it the Warlock. Maybe this Orlaise of yours is the one piloting it. I can give you the coordinates to its last sighted location if you want. Just, well, that part of Etheria's sky is an old debris field. Plenty dangerous. More than a few scrappers heading out. Sure thing. Here. This should get... Go get your man.
Need some work done? Anything I can help you with? Nothing for us to do. Sure, have it. You should inspect your ship for... Okay, no problem.
By the way, you'll be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Sounds like he's going.
I know your type. The freewheeling space ace.
Everything good? We're here to help.
Greetings, citizen. Welcome to the UC.
Welcome back, Captain. So he didn't come. Excellent. Please.
Transfer accepted.
Would you look at that? Kept it all these years. Some simply couldn't let go of that old world. This is fine work, Captain. I can ensure the remaining team members find their way to the Red Devil's headquarters. That one you'll need to collect yourself. His name is Kaiser. You can find him on the Freestar world of Nira, wandering the battle. The area was ground zero for Xeno. And I think you'll want to check in with Hadrian and Dr. Walker before paying it a visit. Kaiser will likely have security protocols. Of course, we're protected.
I wonder if I'll miss you at that. Tell me.
Captain, welcome back. Was afraid you might have got... It should. But it is real good to have these logs. I completely at this point. I'm sorry, are you? You found our research team? Wait, Kaiser. That's right. Well, how? Miracle. Getting Kaiser back, that gives us more than a few new paths forward on deal. But if he's been out there on his own all this time, come on. We've already made a lot of progress getting this place back online. Some of the containment chambers were a bit on the unpleasant side, but the facility staff made short work of that. know it's here somewhere. Here, Kaiser schematics. Actuators, weapons. That old robot's been MIA for a while, so chances are... He's also got a lock on his voice controls. You can give yourself authorization with the phrase, Nos belli machinis. Now, where? A battlefield. Ugh, sheesh. No wonder no one's found. That sector of Nera was destination #1 for Xeno. Add to that general environmental devastation, and... But I think there's a place where you can... Yep. One-of-a-kind salvage. Licensed to an... As good a place to start as any. And I'll make sure we're ready to put them to use as soon...